All right. Welcome to Inside the Paint. If you're listening to this, you heard the new intro. You've probably seen the new logo. I hated the old one, so I decided to go for more simpler um, look to it. So, hope you like the intro. Uh, I, oh my God, dude, I worked, I think about 4 hours on it. Um, but yeah, if you haven't seen the new logo, you want to, well, one, it's already on the logo of the podcast, but you can check it out on Instagram if you wanted to.
I know this.
Inside the Paint podcast on Instagram. DM us some topics you want to talk about. We'll post some stories on what you want to talk about. Like a little poll about like which side you're on, blah blah blah. I don't know, all that sort of stuff. We have a new addition to our host, Clay. He will be on sometime. Uh, haven't decided when yet.
We're still
Uh,
interviewing.
huh?
We're still in the interviewing process.
Nah, he's. Hold on.
I'm trying to play it off here, Luke. You got to help me out here,
Okay,
bud.
hold on 1 second, because my dog's about to eat my chicken wings. Hold on.
Oh, you can't let that happen. Go get it, boy. Go get it. Yeah, put those up on the counter, boy. Don't let him eat that chicken wing. You know what I'm saying?
We back.
We're back. All right. I
Okay,
hope
so
you edited that stuff out.
well, not in the video version, but
Oh,
why?
that's fine.
Okay. Um. So we are. We got a dude named Clay. He plays basketball for my college and his former college, and John's former college. I mean, um, So yeah, he'll be joining us soon. We are trying to get so John still goes to college. He goes to a different college, but he lives like 30 minutes away. So we're gonna try and get everybody in the same room during college. Um, we'll see how that goes because I heard you have to wear masks in other people's apartments.
Oh, for real?
So we'll see how that goes.
Do I gotta wear masks in class?
Yeah,
That's fucking nuts, bro.
yeah. Anyways, one more plug. If you like this shirt, oh shit. If you like this sweatshirt, Fiend Store, you can use the promo code Luke at checkout for 20% off. It's glow in the dark. Glow in the dark. You can't tell right now. Actually, no, you can't tell right now because I don't got a flashlight. But you trust me, it works. But yeah, this is our first podcast during basketball games. We've recorded 8 episodes with no basketball going on, just talking about news that happened like once every like week. So now we have a tons of stuff to talk about.
And tons of opinions to spill.
Tons of opinions to spill. I'm just gonna go through some of the news that's been going on. So this is day 2 of the resumption of the season. As we're recording this will probably be out the next morning. But yeah, we just the Mavericks Rockets game just ended. We'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, it's who's that? Was it Jonathan Isaac that didn't kneel?
Yeah, he was the only NBA player thus far to stand for the anthem.
So yeah, that's part. We're not going to talk about it because I don't want to get into that sort of stuff. We just keep it
Strictly back.
basketball. Yeah, but he was the only person that didn't wear the Black Lives Matter shirt and he didn't kneel. We're not talking about it. What else happened? I wanna talk in this episode about how basketball is probably the safest sport right now, and they thought it would be the riskiest sport to like resume.
Like there's an LL, I can't remember, but there's an MLB team who, like, obviously they won a game. They had a party.
Oh
Last night
yeah,
was
yeah.
over.
We'll get into that. That's part of that topic. But let's just we'll start from the beginning of yesterday. So that was the Pelicans and God, who they fucking face?
Yeah, bro, come on. It was
Oh
the
my,
Pelicans and the Jazz.
Jazz. Yeah.
The Pelicans and
Um,
the Jazz.
I'm sorry. I worked today. Okay.
Can I just say
Um,
real quick that everybody on Inside the Paint said the Pelicans were going to win? I was the only person who said the Jazz were going to win.
you won by Rudy Gobert free throws. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. No, congratulations.
I knew Rudy Gobert was going to come back
Oh,
strong.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Rudy
So,
Gobert.
anyways, I thought that was a pretty historic game. Uh, Not historic, but it was remembering. So
Oh,
Rudy Gobert, first player, pretty much canceled the NBA season. I mean, not really, because someone had to get it, but everyone was targeting him. Comes back, scores an and one bucket, missed the free throw, but it doesn't matter.
who cares?
And gets the game winning free throws. But yeah, that was just Zion. Um, he had short bursts of minutes.
He had
Um,
15 minutes. He played for
hmm
15 minutes.
14. Yeah, he had short bursts of minutes. So he didn't have I think he had like 14 points, 14, 16.
He had 13 points, no rebounds, one assist.
Then no rebounds really. It it shocks me a bit.
It did for me as well, to be quite
Um,
fair.
but I don't know. It's not 14 minutes. Well, I'm sorry, 13 points in 14 minutes. Um, yeah, but he did shoot efficiently, didn't he? He shot. What did
Well,
he
I
shoot?
mean, yeah. I
Quickly.
mean, if you just look at his stats, yeah, but if you actually watch the game, man just lays up the ball and dunks the ball. He's no Kawhi Leonard or Michael Jordan that
He's
can
a
act.
paint beast, dude. What do you?
Yeah, he's a paint beast, but like, when DeAndre Jordan shoots like 70% from the field goal, we don't say like, oh my God, he must be the best shooter in the league.
No, but for his size, he's fast.
Zion?
Yeah,
Oh my God, yeah. He's one of the fastest guys for his size. He's like, what, 280 pounds? 285 pounds.
okay. But that goes on to my first topic. Um, do you think so? It's a two-part, so we'll just go to the first part. Has um time off from games helped Zion physically and as a part of the game?
I know. I mean, like obviously, a vacation is always going to help you a little bit. But Zion's been away for so long. I mean, he's been away for more than half the actual season before Corona, and then Corona hit, and now he was gone for another few months, and now he's back. And I mean, like you said, 13 points, 14, 15 minutes. It's nuts. Um, Helped his game. I don't know. Helped his physique. He said he dropped like 10 pounds and then added them right back on in muscle. That's pretty impressive. So, I mean, I think personally, Zion is going to be an X factor for whether or not they actually get in the playoffs. That's their guy. They need to put him for more than just 15 minutes. They want to have a chance of getting in the playoffs.
So, so the second part is has it helped in his rookie of the year? Um, what is it called? I can't think of the name, but like, has it helped him impress other people to make them think that he's rookie of the year? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but for me personally, no, because he's only playing, like I said, 15 fucking minutes. Like, it's not going to help anything. But, that being said, like,
Well, he was averaging like 24 and a half points in
yeah,
the games he played.
he's averaging 23, 6, if we want to round it up, 7 and 2, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. So he's having a great
He's
season.
having a pretty good 3-point percentage too.
Yeah, let me look real quick. 60% from the field and 46% from three. Now, granted, most of those threes are open, but at the
But
same
he takes smart shots. He
time,
doesn't. He's
yeah,
not like like a James Harden or like a Russell Westbrook.
right.
Takes a lot of threes that aren't the smartest, and that's why they don't go in. But
Um, you know, personally, it's kind of like the MVP debate: who plays more games?
well, I just think that Ja proved himself more
Right.
because he doesn't have any supporting roles to help his team. Really,
Like the only person you
they're all young.
right is like Darren Jackson, and he's what 22 maybe.
Yeah.
But Zion, again, like what being 19, 20 years old? What is he? 20 years old. He's played in like 16 NBA games thus far. I mean, I can't make an argument for someone who's only played 16 minutes, or I'm sorry, 16 games of regular season.
Yeah.
He's rookie of the year.
It's not like like on TNT they're doing this thing on Sunday where it's the debate between
Yeah,
yeah, I seen that and I'm like there's no debate.
there's no debate.
Like it is obvious like if Zion gets rookie of the year, I will
I'll shit my fucking pants. I don't even care. I'll tell you right now.
I'll shave my head.
You'll shave your head if Zion gets rookie of the year, but you will shave your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We'll see how it works then.
Um well that's with Mackenzie's approval, of course.
Oh, okay. Someone's getting whipped right now.
Oh, it's not even that. I just don't want to lose my curls. Um
Shake my head.
but um yeah, I just don't think it's not even a question. If the voters are stupid enough to think that Zion proved himself more than Ja this season, they're dead wrong.
I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, Ja, Ja might not be the best scorer in the league. Obviously, he might not be like a Trey Young kind of point guard, but the way he helps his team,
He's a
Trey,
Russell Westbrook type of point guard that can shoot better.
right? Like Trey Young has no defensive capabilities whatsoever. So, when you look at a guy like Ja Morant, who probably doesn't have the best defense, but doesn't have the absolute literal worst in the league, like Trey Young, then you might start to think like, oh, maybe this guy actually has, I'm sorry, some skill.
Yeah.
And Zion just hasn't been able. He doesn't have the opportunity to prove himself thus far with 16 games. I have no doubt that if Zion played all those games, he would have been rookie of the year.
Oh,
But
easy.
right, but he hasn't, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's what we really need to take into effect is that Ja has actually played those games, unlike Zion.
Yeah. Um so yeah, so we'll just talk about all the games that have happened. So I'm going to share the screen with you for people that are not people that are on the uh, video version. You'll be able to see my screen. For those who are just listening, I'll read you out the scores.
Are we talking about just Thursday right now?
We'll talk about all of them,
Okay.
but we'll start with Thursday's games.
So I got some opinions. Opinions.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So you should still be able to see our screens on the right. Can I get rid of that? Okay, cool. So let's start with Utah, New Orleans. Like I said, Gobert's winning free throws led them to 106-104 victory. Two close games. Two close games. Then the Clippers and Lakers, 103-101 Lakers. And yeah, let's just get your. We kind of already said our opinions on the New Orleans game. So let's just start with yours. I actually didn't watch this game. I went to bed early a little bit.
Which the Lakers game or
Lakers Clippers game, yeah.
well, real quick, I just want to say I want to credit Mike Conley for how well he played in the New Orleans game. If
He did,
Lonzo
yeah.
Ball, if Lonzo Ball makes those shots, I mean he shot like 2 for 14 from the field. If Lonzo makes those shots, they win that game.
Yeah.
Mike Conley took that experience that he had being like what 33, 34 years old and uh, really laid the 32 really laid the hammer down when it came to Zion. Or, I'm sorry, Alonzo defensively. He had a phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. I just wanted to credit Mike Conley right there real quick.
Okay.
But going on to the Lakers Clippers game, Luke, that was one of the best games I have ever seen LeBron play in my life.
Yeah, they both combined for 50 points.
Well,
Um,
LeBron scored 16 points. So offensively, scoring wise, he didn't do a lot. But if you really watch the game, you can just see how well he did. He he got what was it? Let me look real quick. Got 7 assists, but all of those assists came from like he's at the top of the paint or even beyond the perimeter, and he dishes this crazy pass to the inside, for JaVale McGee or something like that.
can I tell you? I did watch a little bit of it, not a lot, because I fell asleep watching it. I think. Um, Not that it was boring. I was just really tired. But Kyle Kuzma surprised me.
With how awful he played,
16, 7, and 2.
see,
Those are some great Kuzma numbers for me.
you didn't watch the game.
On four, okay, but on four, I don't have to. 4 for 8 shooting. I see all the stats right here. 57% from three.
Right.
Four for
Okay,
five from free throw.
right. So those that came from like probably 10 minutes. For about 10 minutes when he was in, he had a hot moment where he just kept shooting and kept shooting. Before and after that, he would drive down like for example, he would drive down the sideline and then cut to the baseline and then dish out this pass and get a turnover. Like you can see his 2 turnovers. Both of those turnovers led to points scored by Paul George or Kawhi
He
Leonard.
got one turnover.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I think that was a turnover that started the momentum. If you watch the game, the Lakers took a really early lead, in the first and second quarter, and the Clippers really came back, like early in the third, and the Lakers really started to pick up.
I don't think I blame Kuzma on
I do personally because Kuzma,
how many turnovers does LeBron have?
LeBron has 5,
How many does Anthony Davis have?
4,
How many does Danny Green have?
4. But they also, if you look at their minutes, they also have the
Danny
most.
Green played less minutes.
Danny Green played 25. Kyle
Yes.
Kuzma played 31.
Yeah.
But LeBron James and Anthony Davis have a much higher usage rate
Oh,
than
out of
any other guy.
3 minutes and 4?
Yes, because Kyle Kuzma does not get the ball every possession, but LeBron and Davis, they get the ball every possession, no matter what it is.
Hey, can I just say shout out J.R. Smith? 0 for 1. Shout
Yeah,
out.
J.R. Smith got in the game for like what? What was it like?
7 minutes.
7. He got in for 7 minutes, and
Yeah.
Dion Waiters had a phenomenal 5 minutes,
He played 21 minutes.
but for 5 of those
Oh,
minutes, he didn't
gotcha.
stop scoring. He would
Can
go
I?
in.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, he would go in past, like Iveka Subak and just like lay it up around him. Like he did a reverse layup and then he would take it and he would dodge Kawhi and then do a step back jumper, inside
Mm-hmm.
the perimeter. He just kept scoring and he really built up momentum for the Lakers and for Anthony Davis to really go on. And you should have seen Anthony Davis in the first half. My guy just like he didn't miss anything. And especially with free throws, like Anthony Davis really is like the James Harden of big men. He really knows how to draw those fouls in.
I played some FanDuel. Um, I think I did like a $10 head to head. I picked Anthony Davis, Kawhi, Paul George, um, Patrick Beverly, and I don't know who I forgot who else. It was just some like bench guy because I didn't have any salary left. But I won that. I won. I think I won $20 from that. But
I did a FanDuel as well. That was kind
um,
of fun.
yeah. But so let's go over to. I just wanted to say I forgot to say something from the Pelicans
Hmm.
game. Ingram impressed me.
Ingram had a great game.
Great game.
Great.
He carried the team.
Yeah. I mean, defensively, I felt like he could have done a better job, but
Oh well, yeah, but he's
yeah,
not he's not built for as a defensive player. He's
right. But
slim.
that's New Orleans' problem is that they have Lonzo Ball, who's a good defensive point guard, but he can only guard one, and Drew Holiday, who can guard, one,
Used to
two,
be he used to be an amazing defender, but he's old.
exactly. But he's 30 years old. He's exiting his prime. Like, get some defensive guys out there. Like, you have all these like bench players who literally don't do anything for you except either play defense or score. And from what I saw yesterday is that JJ Redick is the only person who can actually score on their bench. I mean, what did he
He
have? Like
impressed me
20,
too. Yeah.
yeah, he had 21 points. Um, you need to get like a variety. Get two-way players. You
Hmm.
know, help Brandon Ingram on the defensive side. Someone who weighs barely 200 pounds, if that, needs help defensively guarding guys like LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard.
Hmm.
You won't be able to do it. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so this is Friday's games. If you're watching, started off with the Orlando Magic versus my Brooklyn Nets. Um,
Actually, that was kind of a good game.
and 128
Not
to 118.
for you, obviously, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Orlando.
With Evan Fournier with 24 points. I actually like Evan Fournier. He's the only person on the Magic that I like.
I kind of like what's his name, Jonathan Isaac.
I don't mind him. Yeah,
I think he could
I don't.
be.
I just don't watch that much Magic basketball. So.
Yeah, I actually do because I really, really, really like Jonathan Isaac. I think if he's a great two-way player, if he can really build up his scoring a lot, kind
Hmm.
of like what Kawhi and Paul George have done, he could really be a lethal force in the league. But obviously, that all depends on him. Uh, Terrence Ross, I felt like had a pretty decent game. Didn't have the best game, but I think he only scored like 8 points or something like that. What was it?
Who?
Terrence Ross? Yeah, 8 points.
8 points. Yep.
Didn't shoot well at all from three. What did he have? Like, yeah, 1 and 6. Um, so could have done a better job, but they won.
And shout out to Mo Bamba. 0 points, 0 for 3, with 4 minutes in the game.
Dude, Mo Bamba, have you seen him?
No,
He bulked up.
can't shoot the ball still.
He can't shoot for shit, but like at the same time, how many minutes did he get played? What?
Four,
4 minutes.
4.
4 minutes.
But let's go to Brooklyn's side. Karis LeVert 17 points, Jared Allen 14, Joe Harris 14, um, Luau Cabarrot 24 points
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna be
66
honest.
shooting,
Yeah,
62 3. He had 5 for 8 threes, and then 4 rebounds, 0 assists.
yeah. Honestly, didn't even know who this guy was before this game. I just saw this random bench player kind of go off. But I hate to tell it to you, Luke. I don't think the Nets will win a single game this year.
Stop it.
Like, they're obviously not going to get in the playoffs. They don't have Kevin Durant. They don't have Kyrie.
Stop.
They don't have Dinwiddie.
Stop.
The only player that can score consistently is Karis LeVert.
Stop.
The Nets are not going to
Stop.
make. I would be surprised if they won one game.
Stop.
One game.
Stop. We picked up Tyler Johnson, all right?
Oh, look big up there. You got me there, but like that's not gonna do shit. What are you talking about right now?
It's called sarcasm, John.
Okay, well listen, bud.
Shout out to Justin Anderson for 0 for 2, 0 points on 9 minutes. Player of the game, Justin
Player of the
Anderson.
game, Justin Anderson.
All right, next game. Next game on the schedule was Memphis Trailblazers. Ended in overtime with the Trailblazers winning 140 to 135. McCollum had 33 points and Lillard had 29. They're going to come up in another topic that we're going to discuss once we get all these games over with. So let's go back to Thursday's games. I want you to pick the performer of the night.
Does it have to be a winner?
No. It could be any person.
Because honestly, I'd say personally for me, it's a tie between Paul George and Mike Conley. For me,
Mm-hmm.
Paul George is the only reason why the Clippers stayed with the Lakers in the fourth quarter, and Mike Conley is the only reason the Jazz won. Obviously, Rudy Gobert shot those two game-winning free throws, but like I said, if Lonzo Ball makes those shots, which he very well can do, Pelicans win that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, me as a LeBron fan, therefore a Lakers fan, watching Paul George get the ball and then shoot a three and make it every single time in the fourth quarter really made me very upset. Like I just, my God. So I'm gonna have to say Paul George, either that or Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis kind of just walked his ass to the free throw line the whole game.
So I'll do the same thing that you're doing. I'll do like a performer of the night for each game. So I'll do probably Paul George just because of it's either that or Anthony Davis, but I'll give it to Paul George because of his clutch factor in the game.
Right.
And I'll give it to Bi for the Pelicans game, just because of the more points, he let him. He'd carry the team. And JJ, I'll give JJ a nice honorable mention.
Yeah.
For the Magic Nets game, I'll give it to whatever his name is, Caribou Lawat. I think that's not his name, but it is a long name.
For Orlando or for the Nets?
For the Nets.
Oh.
Because he is absolutely a nobody.
Yeah, he is a nobody.
And he scored 24 points in an actual NBA game.
Yeah, that's my pick too for the Timothy guy.
Luwawu Caribou. I don't know.
Who do you got for the Magic? There's a lot of options you could choose here.
I'll do Evan Fournier, 24 points on 10 for 15 shooting.
Yeah.
5 assists.
Yeah.
So let's go to the Grizzlies Trailblazers. I didn't watch any of the games today. I had to work. So you're going to have to.
I was able to watch every game today, and from what I saw, Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be one of the greatest big men in the league.
33 points. 33, 3, and 0.
I mean, the man shot like what? 6 threes? What was it?
6 for 15.
Yeah, 6 threes. Dear Lord. Jaren Jackson Jr., I did not know could be a shooter until, obviously this game when he shot so well. John Morant did a phenomenal job. Not only just
he had a double-double with 22 and 11 and then 5 rebounds.
Right. But you got to really look. Like Steph Curry's stats don't give him justice. The man is constantly moving off ball. John Morant is constantly spacing the floor, and whenever he gets the ball, if he knows he's not going to score that possession, he immediately dishes it out to an open man. He
Hmm.
did so well that game.
I
But
see. I see. Like you look at this box score right here of all the team out of all the players. If you're listening to it, just look it up. Just look at Memphis's box score. You look at this and you think there's no way they lost this game because you got Jaren Jackson with 30, Ja with 22 and 11 assists,
right,
Dylan Brooks is 15, Valanciunas is 16, Brandon Clark's 21, um, and Josh Jackson doing 8 points with 13 minutes and um,
exactly.
but then you go over to Portland side and you got
And you
three
just
players with almost four with 20 points. So I'll read off some of so we got CJ with 33, 3 and 6, Dame with 29, 5 and 9, Carmelo 21, 7-0, and Gary Trent Jr. With 17, 1 and 2. So you go ahead and tell your. Oh, I'm sorry, and the goat himself, Yusuf Nurkic, 18 points, 9 and 5. Go ahead.
I felt so bad for Yusuf Nurkic when he got that injury, and to see him come back as strong as he did really made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously because like I think he's in my opinion Portland's X factor. If he rebounds, if he plays defense, if like he is the only answer that Portland has for guys like Anthony Davis or guys like what's his name Nikola Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only answer they have, and he can answer. When Anthony Davis scores that crazy dunk, Yusuf Nurkic can go and get that exact same dunk. He can do it. He really puts his mind to it, and obviously, Damian Lillard, one of my probably my favorite point guard of all time, one of my favorite players, did a phenomenal job that game. CJ McCollum actually surprised me. I didn't think he was going to hit all those shots, but he did, and most of them weren't threes. Like how many threes did he hit? Four, three. He hit three threes. He just did a really good job. With only like what two free throws. I guess I can just look on the screen here.
Yeah. Yeah, he
But what
went
was
two
it?
for two.
2 for 2. So he scored like most of his points just off like jumpers and layups and whatnot.
Yeah. Shout out to Gary Trent, who you never see in like the the news side of things where you're like, oh, Dame scored 30 points, all that stuff. He made four threes,
And
four
we're
out of
gonna
five.
yeah, and we're gonna start seeing now like guys like, for example, Dion Waiters or Gary Trent Jr. stepping up and really taking initiative because you know just like how everyone else has gotten a lot of rest, so have they, and
Mm-hmm.
they've really spent this time. You know, I think a lot of guys like Gary Trent Jr. who aren't the big stars when they get to the league, they're like, oh, I'm big now. I'm a millionaire now, literally. I can go and just kind of do whatever I want. And with all the corona going on, they can't do that. So they spend a lot of time playing basketball. And what do you know? They they score 17 points on 5 for 8
Mm-hmm.
shooting, and that's just how it works when you look realistically. So you should have watched this game, Luke. Like this was a phenomenal
I
game.
would have loved to watch this game. It would either have to be between this one and the Dallas game.
Dallas was the best game I've seen in a long time, in a long, long time. But
All
like
right. Well,
you can watch the recaps. Like you can watch like no commercials or anything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll watch it.
I gave you my league pass password, so you'll have no commercials. You can watch like the condensed version if you're fucking lazy or whatever.
All right. Yeah. Let's not share it on the podcast, but
But yeah, no, I didn't give him my password at all. I
but
totally was joking.
um, well, no, it's not the sharing of the password. I just didn't want you to tell your password on the
Oh no,
podcast.
I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna tell my fucking password to everybody.
Yeah. John Swellstead 23. Not even it, but um,
It's Legoat James 20. Okay.
yeah. Who's your MVP for this?
For that game, can I pick? Do I pick one person?
Pick one for each team.
Jaren Jackson, uh, obviously for Memphis, and for Portland, I'm gonna choose CJ McCollum, specifically because Mans did not like offensively. He played phenomenally. Defensively, he played great. Um, I think he had what 6 assists. Uh, he just had a great overall game. So I'm gonna
Okay.
put Jaren Jackson Jr. and who did I say? CJ McCollum.
All right. We're not gonna go through every game in depth like we did. We're gonna skim over a few.
The Suns and the Wizards game wasn't all that entertaining.
We'll say DeAndre Ayton, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks. He got his first NBA 3-pointer. So shout out to him.
Yeah, he had a good game. DeAndre Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
He actually did have a pretty decent game.
Um, so we'll just skim over the Bucks game. It wasn't important standing wise.
Well, I mean, Giannis went all out.
Giannis 36, 15, and 7. Um,
And that's actually something I wanted to ask you was realistically, what team in the East has an answer for Giannis? Because like LeBron, for example, he's like what 35 now.
yeah.
The Clippers, they have an answer for him, right? They have Kawhi Leonard. You know, a lot of teams have answers for LeBron James, but nobody has an answer for Giannis until you get to the West, as in which point you get to like Anthony Davis. You know, you can start to get these other guys, but like, who has an answer for Giannis in the East? That's a question I wanted to ask you personally.
Hmm. See, let me just. I have to go team by team. So let me just look at the teams and see. Um, like I'm looking at like okay, Atlanta, they got nobody.
Right, like
Brooklyn
in the bubble, in the bubble.
in the bubble right now.
Yeah, so like Boston, they used to have Horford, but they don't anymore. And Horford has been playing shitty on the Sixers, so like I wouldn't count him as an answer. Um,
Like, can I like? I'm being honest. I can't think of anybody. Like, if it has to, like, like, I'm not saying nobody because I can't think of anyone. Um,
see, I looked
if I
at
could think of somebody right away, I'd say it.
right, like
So,
because I was thinking about it for a while, and I can't think of anybody either.
well, because Milwaukee pretty much has the first seed and like clinched in, not clinched like in like statistics wise, but like if Giannis keeps playing like this, they're gonna get the first seed.
Of course, and that's the problem with a lot of the East is that they're gonna keep playing like this because nobody in the East has an answer for Giannis.
Exactly. Yeah. Um.
You can like it's the same thing with Kevin Durant. You can try to slow him down, but like if it's I, I just don't see how people are going to be able to do it. Like you can't slow Giannis down, at least in the East.
Okay. Just for time's sake, we're gonna skip over the Spurs Kings game.
Yeah,
Spurs won 129 to 120.
yeah, that was not a fun game to watch.
DeRozan 27 and 10, 5 rebounds. I like seeing him score. Everyone thinks he's gonna be declining soon. I like him when he has some big games. I like it.
I don't think he'll decline soon. I think he'll stay pretty even
For a couple more years, yeah.
for a couple more years, obviously.
Um,
So
I
the
didn't
game,
make had the scores.
whole bubble, the best game, like I've said, that I've seen in a very long time. Houston and Dallas.
So
One
yeah, let's just go
Houston,
over the major highlights. Harden with 49 points, and then Doncic has 15th triple double of the season. Um, actually 16 now. 16.
let's not forget Kristaps Porzingis, fresh off of injury, with 39, 16, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, 50% field goal, 90.9% free throw. That's on 10 and 11. 3 for 8 from 3 point, and with only 2 turnovers that entire game, playing damn near 40 minutes. Man was a beast in that game. Crips, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Kristaps Porzingis is back, baby. He is back and ready to fucking go. He is gonna be the guy. He's gonna be a game changer. Let me tell you, he's gonna be a fucking game changer.
Can we go back to the topic of bench players outperforming some of the starters with Trey Burke with 31, 1 and 6 on 11 for 16 shooting?
Oh yeah, that was. I was also very surprised on that when he came in off the bench. I was like, all right, Kristaps, Luca, they're the only guys who are going to score this game. But then I saw something after they played. Um, Apparently, the Mavericks have the highest like efficiency rating on offense of any basketball team in history. Did you see that?
I did not.
Apparently, they're like the best offensive team in the history of basketball.
I heard that before. Yeah, I
You
didn't know there was like a statistic for it, but I did hear that they're the best offense in NBA history.
Yeah, because I didn't hear it. I kind of knew, like I've seen something like that, but I didn't know that they were the best in history until I saw that post. I think it was on Twitter or something. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, holy shnikes.
Yeah. Um, let's go to Houston now. Um, Russell Westbrook with 31, James Harden with 49, um, Daniel House with 20. And so, what I like about this is that, well, almost everybody. PJ Tucker. But besides PJ Tucker, every person that played in this game scored 10 points at least. Um,
Yeah, you're right. Everybody
so
scored double digits except for PJ Tucker.
yeah. Oh, shout out to Luke Mabadamute. Because Luke and Luke, he's my MVP of the game. Um,
Playing absolutely nothing the entire
yes. Yep. Um,
All right.
yeah, but I mean, there's nothing much to say. It's
There's nothing much to say. Luke, you gotta start watching these games, bro. There's so much to say.
dude, I worked today.
Don't work. Like, come on now. I work today.
Till what time?
Like, open to 4, so it was like 9 to 4 ish.
Oh, yippee! I worked 2 to 10.
That's around the same hours.
No,
Would
I'm
you?
just saying I just couldn't watch any games because that's like prime time game watching.
Yeah, yeah. Because like
Like
the other,
tomorrow I work 10 to 8, so I probably won't be able to watch it. Well, I'll be able to watch like one game probably.
yeah, both of our managers, me being one of them, love basketball. So we put basketball on the TV up there, and instead of doing work, I just watch basketball.
But
And
yeah, so what do you have to say about the Rockets then?
James Harden, as usual, walked his bitch ass to the free throw line. Um, what was it like
18. He scored 18 points off the free throw line.
40, 18 points? So if we realistically take 18 from 49, and then, in my opinion, having a relatively decent 3-point night, what he's like three threes, he actually did perform like an actual basketball player should. Most of his points were from dunks, layups, actual like shots and everything instead of just like usual. I hardly can watch a J.R. Smith game specifically because J.R. or I'm not. I don't know why the fuck I said J.R. Smith. Um, a James Harden game specifically because he just literally walks his bitch ass to the free throw line every fucking play. Same thing with Nikola Jokic, but in this game, James Harden for once didn't do that much free throw shooting compared to what his actual point scoring was. It
Mm-hmm.
seemed like every possession he scored scored a basket, which was really fun to see James Harden be able to do. Because he has that talent. It's just like, does he want to use it or does he just want to walk his ass to the free throw line?
Mm-hmm.
So
All right, so give your top performers for each team.
James Harden for Houston by far, and Kristaps Porzingis for Dallas. Uh,
Okay, so we have the same ones.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
Kristaps played so well defensively and offensively. I mean, I don't really see how you can make an argument for anyone else personally.
yeah, so that's with the scores. We haven't really figured out a way to do this because obviously this is our first podcast with games. If we do one once a week, we'll just take like 5 games that like surprised us or that we enjoyed throughout the week, and we'll discuss them. Um, or maybe like 3 each, just so it doesn't take all day. Um, but or just like performers of the week, we'll do that sort of thing. If we weren't able to watch as many games, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, once the NBA starts to have a full week, we'll do that sort of thing. Um, so the MLB, um, in my opinion, the MLB I thought was going to be the safest sport, like in all the 4 major sports with the whole COVID situation. I did because everyone's distancing themselves already, except for in the dugout.
Yeah,
Everyone on the field's distance from themselves. They can wear a mask while playing.
yeah,
So and everyone's getting tested, all that sort of stuff. And I thought basketball was going to be the most dangerous because they're touching like no pads, they're literally touching each other almost every play. So it was. But the roles have actually switched. NBA is actually one of the they created an atmosphere that they can like they created an atmosphere that they don't have to really worry about COVID too much because they already quarantined for 2 weeks.
right.
As long as people don't go outside the bubble, like that's what I like about it, is that they're super strict on this bubble and they
Yeah.
want people to stay in it unless for some medical family reason. But
Or you want to get wings at a bar like Lou Will.
exactly. Yeah, but with the MLB, if you didn't know, Miami Marlins, they have 18 players that have tested positive for coronavirus.
That's who it was.
Um, so let me give you the full story. Basically, they went to play the Nationals, the Washington Nationals, I think, and 4 players played with it, and they knew they tested positive, and they didn't say anything. So that made them infect 12 people, then 17 people, and then I just got a report yesterday that there was 18. So now pretty much their whole squad is infected. And now teams are protesting to not play against them. Like the coming like their upcoming opponents they don't want to play them obviously. Um
As they
so
should.
uh, I just got a notification like 2 hours ago that the channels that are airing these games are um they were told to choose alternative programming for those that time slot in case the league gets canceled. Um, which if you would have told me in like the middle of this Corona thing that the MLB will be the first to get canceled again, I'd be blown away because I didn't think that this many people get canceled. But how stupid do you have to be to test positive and not tell anybody about it and
Well,
play against other people?
right. So did the MLB have like a bubble like the NBA did?
Um,
Are they
I'm
all
not
playing in
like
one
I'm
city?
not like I know my baseball, but I don't know like the specifics about it.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they have to stay in the city. Like I don't know. I know Toronto specifically. Toronto could not play in Canada. They had to find a new stadium. It took them forever. They played a home game in Washington because they couldn't find a stadium yet.
Wow.
Um, but they finally decided in the greatest city of them all, Buffalo, New York, to play um, in the great Salins Park, um, the best AAA park in all of AAA baseball.
Mhm.
It is. It is technically the largest. Um, but yeah, so who knows? We'll get one game in that park, and then the league will be canceled. But at least we could say MLB is in Buffalo. But I'm just like that's just what surprised me about the whole thing was that baseball might get canceled already after I think they played 5 games. So most teams have played 5 games.
Are they all in one city though, or are they all
No, they're
into?
all in different cities. They're all in their cities except for Toronto.
See, that's how because I personally that's what I thought, and I was like, there's no way they're not going to all get infected if they're all playing in different leagues. Because at that point, you can't control what the players
They
do.
wanted to do hub cities. They have spring training like every team has a spring training facility in either Arizona or Florida. But
Right.
obviously they couldn't do Florida. So no wonder why Miami got 18 players with corona. It's just if you test positive, just just wear a damn mask. Like if you if you even had the nerve to play while being tested positive, wear a mask, wear gloves. If you don't want to tell anybody, just I don't know, but just tell like literally you don't have to play. You're making money. You are still making the how because baseball is like the highest paid sport. So you're still making at least um or one of the top paying sports. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But like you're getting paid tens of millions of dollars to sit either at home or on a bench. Just you don't. I don't know. That's my rant, but I'm just saying that's
No, you're totally right. I mean, the NBA, man, they've acted so professional. Like, for example, Lou Williams left the bubble. And regardless of his reasoning, they're making him quarantine for 14 days. Regardless if he tests positive or not,
mm-hmm.
they're still making him quarantine for 14 days until they actually decide, oh, okay, maybe this guy doesn't have coronavirus, and then they'll let him play again. But until
Can
that,
we can we let's talk about the Patrick Beverly or the Lou Will story.
okay,
Um,
well,
why do you think it's like it's as big of a deal as everyone's making it
well, because he got a picture of him at like a nightclub.
at a
I mean,
strip club?
yeah, like why would you go to if you're? He said he was taking care of family business. Then why would you go to a like?
This is what I heard. So there were like I was listening to the radio. They contacted the strip club,
Yeah,
and there was no performers. Like they don't have any performers like that. Not like until COVID's back.
right.
Um, So they said they were still doing food, and Lou Will went to go get some wings.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it. If it was not a strip club, and it was McDonald's or like a Wing Stop or Buffalo Wild Wings, it would not be talked about because everyone goes out of like if they go out of the bubble and they go out to a restaurant, they all do that. I can guarantee you they do.
Yeah.
So Zion probably went to a restaurant, but you're not hearing that.
Well, but
It's because it's a strip club that everyone's making a big deal out of it, but it's not a strip club. Like, well, it is, but it like no one was there, no performers were there.
yes, but their food is provided for them. They don't have to go to a restaurant. In the bubble, they
Yes,
they have like personal chefs flown in to provide meals for them during this time.
yeah,
So so my thing is that Lou Williams left. So realistically, the strip club doesn't like if they don't have performers, they don't just stop being a club. They don't just turn into a restaurant. It's still a club. Lou Williams specifically went to a club with the
no. He said he went there for wings, and hold on, no, wait, hold on, and he has catered those wings to parties, and he has his own wing on the menu.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so he's not. That's not just a cover up. You know, he goes there for wings.
Yeah, of course I did.
So I don't think he's covered. I don't think there's clubbing going on. It's Georgia. He was in Atlanta, one of the worst states with COVID right now.
Of course.
I don't think he's doing anything. I don't think there was clubbing going on. I don't think there was I don't think there was allowed to be clubbing going on.
I think
Um,
it was because, like I say, a club can't just turn into a restaurant overnight because of COVID. They're still gonna club.
it's not a club though. It's a strip club. Like there's no
You
club
just
part
said it
about
was
it.
a club, but it's a strip club.
Okay, but there's no dance. There's no dance floor except for the dancers. It's a strip
Okay,
club. There's
right. So
rooms and there's a pole.
right. So you're telling me that if you're gonna go to a strip club with no dancers, you're gonna go for food, for wings.
He said that's yes, because that's his favorite wing place. That is what he said,
Okay.
and they
Okay.
have the evidence to back up that yes, he goes there for wings almost every time he's in his hometown.
Of course. That's totally fine. But what does he probably always do while he's there? He probably goes clubbing a little bit. It's probably his favorite wing spot because of all the females there,
Yes, but there were none there.
right? So then he goes there again because maybe he actually likes the food, which is, again, I have no problem with that whatsoever. But why didn't you get like takeout or something? Why didn't you get DoorDash? You know, that's so much safer than going into a hugely crowded club,
It was
regardless.
not huge. I can guarantee you it was not hugely crowded because it was during the day.
But it still was like it still had
Who
people.
goes clubbing during the day during a like an outbreak? Who
He
I can
he took a
who
picture with a fan. He was no mask on, no nothing. He went right there, right beside a fan, and took a picture with him. The least
okay?
you do is like at least have your mask on. But he didn't even bother to do that. Why? I personally don't believe that he had the specific idea to just get wings. We could argue this all day long, but I don't.
You're thinking that it's a club. It's a strip club. Have you strip clubs are not for dancing. They're for the girls to dance. They're not
Right.
for the
You,
everybody to dance.
I've been in. You literally just sit down and you watch the girls fucking dance.
Okay.
You get booze. You know the waitresses, the hot cooks will take the booze out to you or whatever. You know the fucking fireball and tequila and whatnot. And you get drunk as fuck watching hot girls sling their cigarette covered boobies. Right. That's what you do. Okay. But at the same time, I don't believe if I'm a strip club owner and people go there to watch dancers and I don't have dancers, what is the only other thing they're gonna want to go for? Booze.
Food.
Booze.
Food.
You think they turned into a restaurant? You think
They had food there before.
okay, but you don't go to a strip club for the food. So why would you go
No,
for
but they
the
still
food?
kept it open for the food.
I don't believe that that's a, like
Yeah, okay.
I
Do
think
your research. See what club that they did. Look up the website. See if they're still clubbing, please.
there is a clubbing. There is
So what you
there
you
there is
you
a club.
said that Lou Will was going there for clubbing because he wanted to party. That is what you said.
Listen. He went to a club in Atlanta, Georgia, in a hot spot. It's a hot spot. It is
Yes.
one of the worst cities to have corona in.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't believe he went to that place specifically just for the food. He's gone there many times before, right?
For the food. Yes.
I don't believe it was just for the food. I don't believe that a strip club has good enough food to have an NBA superstar who has
He can
millions
like his
of
food. He
dollars.
can like whatever food he wants. He can
Of
like
course,
McDonald's.
if I have millions of dollars, I'm not going to spend my money on a strip club's hot wings.
Listen,
To go to a five-star restaurant,
none of them are open for takeout.
but they're still open. Restaurants can open now.
You can have casual food, John. Like
At a strip club?
that was his favorite food.
At a strip club?
Okay, doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. If you
This is
haven't
what I'm
had
saying. If
food in
it was something
a
different,
long time.
if it was a Buffalo Wild Wings, no one would be talking about this because it was a strip club because that's where he likes to get his wings. He's a dude that likes to get his wings at a strip club. I'm sure plenty of other people around the world, famous or not, like to get their food from somewhere weird.
Of course, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But he also took a picture with this person.
With who? With a fan?
Yes, it
Okay.
right next to him. So if
They're
you're at the Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be socially distanced, and if you're not, you have to wear a mask, or they will throw you out. It is so strict. It is so strict, especially in Atlanta. It is so strict.
it could also be a bar too. Yes, it could be a bar. It could be a dude that was chilling at the bar.
Of course, it was.
Okay. So there's no clubbing going on. So you think that his intent was to go clubbing, but there was no clubbing going on.
Clubbing necessarily, I don't necessarily believe that he went specifically to go club because there's no clubbing going on. But I don't believe that he went out for some food and decided to get like wings from a strip club. Have you ever had strip club food?
No, because I'm not allowed in strip clubs.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like the little like middle school lunches. It's awful. It's one of the worst things I've ever had in my fucking life. You don't go to a fucking strip club for the food, regardless if there's dancers
That
or not.
is your choice. Like, how do you know? That could have been just the strip club. Like, it's his taste. You don't know his tastes. You
And
don't know what his favorite food is. You don't know what his favorite food place is in his hometown. He's lived there for however long. It's his hometown.
and pick this specific strip club to
It
absolutely
has his name on the wings
because he probably goes there so often
and
to
gets the wings. How do
you think
Oh my God.
okay, so tell me this. Before coronavirus, did
Yeah.
he go to this strip club specifically for the wings?
He could have got wings while watching some girls. Who would have known? If he has a
Thank
name,
you.
if he has a name on a wing, I think he gets the wings.
Probably. I mean, when I go to a strip club, I like to get the wings.
So it's obviously one of his favorite food on the menu because he doesn't make the wing. So they probably just said, "What's your favorite food on here?" And we'll put the name on there for you, or
Very,
whatever food he always gets.
very true. But you have to understand, Luke, is that you, okay, you're right.
I think I'm having an aneurysm. I think
I'm having listen, you're right. I don't know this man's food preferences. Maybe he does go there for the wings, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. And to go to a strip club entirely, regardless if there's no dancers or not, that's going to cause media attention. He should have gone to, for example, a Buffalo Wild Wings or a
I
McDonald's.
agree, but all I'm saying is that the only reason why this story is so like the reason why I had this conversation is because the only reason why this topic is so um like media attracted to is because it's a strip club. I'm not saying, you know, that I don't know. It's a strip club.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I didn't exactly know. that you I thought you were talking about something else here.
What were you talking? What do you think I was talking about?
Like I thought you were trying to justify his point of view. So, and that's what I was trying to argue.
Oh my.
But
We
then
argued for 20 minutes over strip club chicken wings for nothing.
because we agree,
All I said was, do you think that this story is only bringing attention to the media because it's a strip club?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he would have gone to McDonald's, for example, he wouldn't have gotten nearly as much media attention.
Oh my goodness.
So he
Oh,
went to a strip club, and
we're
then
gonna have like a 2-hour podcast I have to edit.
he, I'm so happy I don't have to edit these fucking things.
Yeah. Listen, you wanted to do a podcast while I was camping in a way, but you would have to do the editing. You'd have to do the uploading to the Anchor and then YouTube and then to download the Zoom file and all that sort of stuff. So
I don't know all your shit, so I would have been fucked.
I don't think you guys give me enough credit for all the things.
Eh, it's probably not that hard. Let's be honest.
I'd like you to I'd like you to make our intro from scratch and see what happens.
Listen, let's just be honest. I wouldn't know the first fucking thing to do. I'm not gonna. How did you? Because when I heard it, I kept wondering how did he get that? How did you do that voice?
That's not my voice.
Obviously, but how did you get the voice to begin with?
My friend.
Oh, he did that?
Yeah.
Wow, he's a very professional voice.
Yeah. But wow, I guess that that was my last topic I was going to talk about, and I did not think it was going to be that long. But yeah, I guess that if we haven't done a long episode in a while, so
Yeah. And I actually wanted, you know, how every episode I propose like a question to you.
yeah.
Can we make that a thing?
I mean, yeah, I always ask all the questions. I'd
Right.
like to I'd like to have some my opinions come through a little bit.
You at the end of like so you know for the most podcasts you always for the viewers and listeners if you guys don't know this Luke comes up with almost all of the topics by his lonesome and so kind of play my part instead of just jabbering on about my opinions. I try to come up with at least one question at the end of the podcast for Luke right as we're about to end up and 9 times out of 10 is usually on the spot but this time I actually thought of a question for you.
Okay.
My question. So you didn't watch the games, right? You, like today's games?
I did not. No.
You didn't watch them. Okay. So if you remember, Milwaukee beat the Celtics.
Yes.
And I already asked you if you thought of any player in the East who could put a stop on Giannis. Do you think any team has an answer for Chris Middleton? Because think about it like this. Think about it like this. Chris Middleton isn't their star player. So let's say that they do somehow lock down Giannis. So Chris
Okay.
Middleton can
Yeah,
still,
keep going.
they can score just as Chris Middleton can score just as well as Giannis.
Mhm.
Maybe not as easily, but he can definitely score just as much as Giannis on any given day. So if they already lock down Giannis, what is their answer for when the Bucks change up to giving Middleton the green light every play like they do for Giannis? Who is the one guy on any team who could potentially, in the East, put both Giannis and Middleton to sleep?
Oh. Well, there's not
Like,
one guy.
is
There's
there any? Can you think of one?
well, I'm trying to think cuz Milton plays the 2 and the 3.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of a shooting guard, a defensive shooting guard, or a defensive small forward in the East that can stop. First off, let me say Chris Middleton is, in my opinion, the most underrated player in the NBA.
I
He does
totally
not get the attention um, that he deserves.
100% agree.
But I'm trying to think. Let me. I don't want to take too much time out, so let me look at the NBA's website just so I can go through the teams.
Share
I
your
am,
screen.
huh?
Are you going to share your screen?
Yeah. All right. So for all you watching, I'll go through all the East teams. So obviously not um Atlanta.
Yeah, not either of those teams.
Yeah, New York as well. Nothing.
Right.
Boston. Um, so for they have Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum as their guard forward. They can play both.
But
Um,
Tatum has never proven himself to be a good defensive
yes,
player.
I was just about to say that they both have not proven to me yet that they can defend a all-star yet.
Right.
They could work on them um, for in a couple years down the road they could be a average or a little bit above average defender for their position and for their height and weight and all that sort of stuff. But as of right now, nobody yet. We're skipping over Brooklyn because Brooklyn doesn't have anybody right now. Same
Exactly.
with Charlotte. Nothing with Chicago. Nothing with Cleveland. Denver. Oh my
Well,
God, Denver. Yeah. What you said East. You said just East.
yeah.
Um, Indiana. Like this. Well, I'm not done looking yet, but I'm just saying this is why it's so hard to stop this team because I'm looking through all of these rosters right now, and I can't think of anyone that could stop Chris Middleton or Giannis. And like no one's even coming close. Jeremy Lamb, Brian Bowen, Justin Holiday, Aaron Holiday, like
Right.
Miles Turner. No.
So I actually came up with an idea.
Okay.
The Raptors can. Nobody, West or East, is going to stop Giannis. You can't do it. You just have to hope and pray that Giannis is going to have an off day. But Pascal Siakam, Sergei Ibaka, even Marc Gasol, they can slow down Chris Middleton. That's
Mm-hmm.
the X factor. If Chris Middleton doesn't score over 15-ish points, the Bucks are going to lose unless Giannis somehow goes for like 60, which he won't because he doesn't have a three-point shot
Right.
yet. At least he doesn't have a three-point shot yet. So my question to you now is: now that you have my opinion on the matter, and now that you've kind of formulated your own opinion, if you saw the Raptors and the Bucks in the finals, Eastern Conference Finals together, who wins that series? Knowing that Pascal is the only person, in my opinion, who can slow down Chris Middleton.
Um,
Do you still have the Bucks, or do you kind of give the
I
Raptors
I still have the Bucks.
by how much? By how many games are they winning?
Um, well, the thing is, they only have Pascal. They don't have another defender that could guard both Giannis and Chris Middleton.
Yeah, but
So
don't worry about Giannis. You can't. Nobody can stop Giannis. Worry about just Chris Middleton. So you have like guys like Marc Gasol,
okay, so you're saying if Pascal Siakam like clamped up,
Chris Middleton. Let's say Chris Middleton doesn't score more than 10 points every single game for the Bucks. Do you still have the Bucks, or do you have the Raptors instead?
see, because no one like if you're just a casual fan, even if you are a casual fan and you just watch the Bucks, you know that Middleton is he's a piece in the team that you need. You need him on the team.
Exactly. especially for the
So,
Bucks.
but I don't want to count them out of winning this series. But I also can't think of a way they like could win. Like I don't think of a way that they could win without Chris Middleton doing his part.
Right.
Because then after that, they just have Giannis, but they have Siakam, Kyle Lowry. Ibaka's been playing great for his age.
Exactly.
Boucher has been he's been a great bench player.
Of course.
Um, but that's tough. I can't say a winner, but I can say it'll be in a game 7.
See what I was thinking is like, for example, the Bucks, they have two primary scorers, just like the Lakers, just like the Raptors, just like any good team. They have two primary scorers. But it all matters about the bench. Who on the bench do the Bucks have that they know 100% can consistently score?
Mm,
Consistently. Because, like, for example, the Clippers, they have Lou Williams, who can consistently score over 20 points every single game. You have Montrezl Harrell, who can score consistently 10 to 15, maybe sometimes going for 20 points, who can also be a defensive force. The Lakers, we have Dion, we have Dwight Howard, we have Alex Caruso. We have all these guys who can't necessarily maybe go for 20, but they can all go for 10 in the minutes provided.
mm-hmm,
The Bucks don't have any players like that. They have Kyle Korver who can go for 20 points every once in a while when they're getting hot or when they're open, but they don't have that player. But at the same time, how have they won all of these games? You think a professional NBA coach could see what I'm seeing, and that the key to stopping the Bucks isn't Giannis, but it's Chris Middleton the entire time?
yeah. It's actually, you know what? That could be our first poll on our Instagram story. If you're listening to this, it might be already up. I'll probably like put it up like sometime in the morning. Um, I'll have this podcast up right when I'm done editing it, so it will be there when you wake up. Um, but the poll would be probably I'll probably do it like later, like around like the evening ish, just so everyone who has a chance to at least listen to the question, or if they just want to skip to the end to listen to the question, that's fine. But I'll put it up on a poll on our Instagram, Inside the Paint Podcast, and you can DM us what if you have like a real like lengthy opinion or like a more detailed opinion. DM us and we'll do that. But yeah, that's a tough question. I like that question though, John.
Thank you. I put a lot of thought into that. I really did. Just for you, Luke. Just for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. I loved being asked questions.
I got you.
But yeah, if you ever want to give us topics, you want to give us your opinions on the topics that we talked about in like previous episodes, just bring up like an episode. We might have to watch it again because to be honest, I don't remember what we talked about in episode 3, and what our opinions were about it. But yeah, and you want to discuss some stuff, if you even want to be on the podcast for an episode, um, sometimes like with this whole being apart thing, it's kind of difficult for us to have a schedule that all of us are in the same room. Like we always want to record, um, like Will, for example, we always said that, or John has always said that, oh, Will doesn't want to be a part of this, and blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. But we all have different schedules, so it's tougher to set a set time because I always have work where our schedule is not set in stone. It's always, oh, our schedule is being made for the next week and it comes out Saturday and you don't know if you're working Sunday or not.
Yeah.
So for right now, um, we wouldn't mind having a guest on for like maybe like even like a couple, like just a couple topics just to have their say into it. Yeah, let us know. What's this like by September at least. If this whole COVID thing has not shut down our college, at least my college, we'll plan on getting together, um, and do an actual sit down um, with each other, and I just feel like it'll be a lot better because it's weird like debating with somebody that's on your screen because I don't know, it's just something about it that
I totally
there's not as much passion um as there is with like talking to someone about sports face to face. I don't know. I guess it might just be me, but
I totally agree with you on that, bud.
but yeah, we made a lot of changes the past 2 weeks. The Instagram, the logo, the intro. But yeah, that is all. Like that's like after those changes, there's nothing really much to change. That logo's probably gonna be. I'm probably not changing it again. I don't want to change something um that doesn't need to be changed. I think it's fine the way it is. Um, but yeah, everything's so. If you like the intro, let me know. The logo, I like the logo. Um, yeah, so it makes everything look more professional. We're finally getting like during the course of our 7 episodes, we um were like fidgeting around with everything. We didn't know what to talk about because there's no basketball. But now I feel like we're finally getting on a place where there's not like as much confusion, and we can put stuff on the internet that our followers on Instagram can like debate with us because that's what I want. I wanted questions from other people. Like I love making topics. I love making questions, but I like to hear what other people have to say. But that's all I gotta say. But
No, I totally agree. Another thing I was thinking, Luke, kind of building off of what I always do for every podcast, maybe one thing we could start implementing is that how since you create all of the topics, whoever is on for said podcast, we each of us have to present one question for Luke's opinion.
okay, yeah,
So like
we'll
if
do
it's
that.
just me and you, obviously it'll just be me asking you a question. But let's say it's me, Kalen, and Clay, or me and Will or something. Both of us or all three of us will have to present a question to you that you have to answer. And we can't just, I don't want it to be something like, who would you take, Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid? I want it to be an actual hard hitting question, something that you really have to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
All right, bet. That's what we'll do then.
But
That's
yeah,
implemented.
I haven't seen like when we record. I don't see like a time for how long we record, but I know it's probably at least an hour and a half without editing. So
It's
I'm gonna
been
end this. So the shorter I can edit, the better, because it is now 2 o'clock. Um,
in the
and I gotta
afternoon.
get up at like 9:30 for work. So I'm gonna edit this all tonight. Um, but oh my god, I just realized my sideburn. Oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that a little bit, but I didn't want to say anything during recording.
John.
Oh man, obviously people can see my cut isn't the greatest, but I kind of let it go out a little bit.
Comment Sheldon in the comments on YouTube if you see it. But
I will kill myself. I just want you guys to know this. I will cut my wrist. So
um yeah, next week, um depending on when we record, I will not be available um Friday or Saturday. So we can't do the whole player of the week thing unless we do it on Sunday. But um yeah, that's my birthday weekend, so I will not be able to do that. Um but yeah, we'll figure everything out. But yeah, this is an extra long. This might be one of our longest episodes
it's up there.
on on the podcast. So
Just me and Luke
you're
arguing.
like, yeah, about strip
Strip
clubs.
club for 30.
Um yeah, if you like these extra long ones, we'll try and make them as long as possible. So yeah, thanks to Anchor for sponsoring this episode. And yeah, we should see you within about a week.
LeBron's the GOAT.
This is why I don't ask you last words.
LeBron's the GOAT, my guy. Like let's be honest with ourselves here. Like 2012, 2013, our eyes were telling us something, and now we gotta think it for ourselves. Bronny's the GOAT, boy. My boy Bron. Word.
And now for a message from our sponsor.